right. Welcome back to Hanger 51. It's freaking cold outside. Holy moly. I'm telling you, my God. It is cold. Don't think I'm staying out here late. We're not doing no marathon tonight, guys. It's just too freaking cold. So who's going to be first in the room? Shadow, are you coming? Mike Bird, where you guys at? Who's coming? Somebody's going to be here. Mike Bird's in the room. There he is. What's happening? How you doing, man? Wild Bill. Good to see you, sir. How you doing? Yeah, very. It's already in the 40s, guys. I'm not staying. We'll do this for a little bit, but no promises. It's cold. Jeff in Lower Alabama, what's up? How you doing, man? Yeah, this weather is insane. Oh my God. I know everybody's feeling it. Well, probably not you, Bill. What's the weather like where you are? You're probably doing pretty good, actually. I'll move that out of the way. Let's move this out of the way. Get some of this stuff out of the way. Out of camera view. So that the only thing we're really looking at is my stupid wheels. We're going to do some 3D paint printing talk tonight. Philip, what's up? How you doing, man? Do your blood top up? What the hell does that mean? Do my blood top up? -16 with the wind chill. Oh God. Yeah, no thank you. 60s today and 46 now. Yeah, it's about 46 here too, Jeff. We're in the same boat. Yeah, I'm right on 46 right here too. I'm quite a bit south of you. That's amazing. We're still in the same temperature. Took 2 codes in the Lucian Owens Park. Same park. Oh, yeah. They had a blast. Well, good. Well, that's good. At least somebody's having fun, right? Bill says it was a warm one. 81 today. Good for you. Wow. Maybe I should move out there. I thought I'd move to a warm climate. Fred! What's up? Fred's incognito. He's in his Cadillac attire tonight. Fred, do you watch Gas Monkey Garage on here on YouTube? Do you ever watch him? Rick Reynolds. I think that's his name. Reynolds? Is it Reynolds? I think it is. Richard Reynolds. AZ pretty hot in the summer. Yeah, I know. That's the reason I didn't go there. Thanks, Jeff. Thanks for reminding me. Yeah. Bad call. I'm not going there. Florida doesn't do this too often. I'll just have to stick it out. Not that big a deal. What in God's earth? Why won't that come off? That's weird. Where's my spatula? Let's take that one. Okay. There is someone you really want to visit. Oh, you're going to come back in December, January. Why the heck would you want to come here to some... What part of the U.S. you're going to go to, Mike? I hope it's South Texas or South Florida or Southern California. Yeah, the warm part. Craig B-Man, what's up? All right, guys. Good to see y'all, man. It's I should have changed my my topic thing too to something a little more appropriate. I'll get to this in a minute. I printed some more wheels. Okay, and for my G8 and this is what they look like on, but they're not working out. They're just and I'll show you why. And I'm going to try a different wheel because these aren't working. And it's not my printer; it's the file. Because what happens is they keep doing this. You know, when I break it off of here, this is the support. You know, and the tire's mounted here, and as soon as I start to try to weed it off the thing, the wheel breaks off the center. It's not mounting to this at all. I mean, just barely. Like it's mounted like support. I mean, the support has more bite on the material than the actual hub of the wheel. So the wheel keeps falling off the axle. You got the brake rotor there with a caliper on it, and then the wheel, and it breaks off. I even tried gluing it. This, you know, I super glued one before I tried to break it off the plate, and it still came off. So I've picked a different wheel, and I'm going to start that print here in just a minute. As a matter of fact, I think let me get these off of here, and I'm going to start the new print. I'm trying a different wheel. That's the one thing that's cool about when you print a car that has removable wheels. Okay, you can put any wheel on it. You know, you can pick different wheels. So I found a 5-spoke wheel that's going to look more appropriate on the car anyway, because that's what the car comes with, is a 5-spoke wheel. So I'm going to print that, and I already made the file. I got to put it, just got to save it to the thumb drive and start the print. Now it's only going to take me a minute here, so just hang tight for a second while I get this prepped and ready to go. We're going to try that and see what happens. Alright, let me get this prop bouncer out of the way. Maybe we'll watch some paint dry later. Alright. Okay. All right. All right. Yeah. So the printer, the inside of the printer at the moment is only at 11 degrees Celsius. Yeah, well, Bill, you know, it comes and goes. Actually, I just lost some more weight. I had put a lot of weight back on, and then I lost 6 pounds again. It's a constant battle, but all through Christmas, New Year's, I was eating nothing but carbs, you know. I was at my brother's house, and That's what I was getting fed. So I got back on my protein diet, and so I'm starting to lose weight again. I'm coming back down. EQ, what's up? How you doing, Eric? Who else did I miss? I'm sure I'm missing somebody here. You guys are all piling in. This is nice. Good job, guys. Very impressive. Of course, I can't tell how many are here because my new screen that YouTube so handily gave me, I can't see shit on. So, yeah. But, yeah. Let me get caught up here a second. Yeah, next week we're going to be in the 70s again, so this cold will be over next week. We'll, for a little while anyway. Hopefully for a long while, but yeah. And that's the beauty of Florida, I don't know how good it is in Alabama where Jeff is, but, our cold doesn't usually... This is the worst... I've been here since... I moved here in '83, and this is the worst winter I've ever experienced since I moved here in '83. We've never had weather this cold, and we've never had weather this cold for this long. It's usually 1 or 2 days, not an entire week, and then we warmed up like to mid-60s, and then it went right back down to the cold again. So yeah, this has been the worst winter I've ever had since I moved to Florida in '83. So, but we'll like Jeff said, next week we're going to be back, probably in the 70s, maybe. I don't know, Jeff. I don't think they probably did have any jet this year because the temperatures were frigid during Jet Week, and I keep forgetting to go look and see if it had gotten. I looked the week before to see if they canceled it. And I didn't see anything about it being canceled, but I haven't gone back to look and see if that actually happened, or I haven't heard anybody talking about it. So I have a feeling E-Jet was canceled. Probably postponed. They'll probably do it again when it warms up. So all right. Well, they did do it then. So Lewis went to it? Okay. I'll have to go check that out. Chris who? Wes and Chris. I don't know who Chris is. Oh yeah, Jerry's great. Jerry is great. I really love that guy. He's he does put on a great event. He's a super great guy. Oh, Chris Wolf. Oh, you no kidding. Were they together or were they doing a simulcast over the internet? Was Chris at E-Jet? Was Wes at E-Jet? Yeah, RC Geek. Yeah, now I know who you're talking about. I wasn't thinking that, Chris. Yeah, I keep forgetting he's working for Motion now because I don't watch Motion stuff anymore. So I keep forgetting that. Oh, Chris flew in. Oh, okay. All right. I'll have to go check that out. Yeah, I saw the post. I just haven't watched it. Yeah, so, let's see. What else is happening? Hang on a minute. I promised you guys I'd get this print started. I'm letting the chamber warm up. The chamber was only at 11 degrees Celsius. So, usually it's at 34 to 39 degrees for printing. And it's only at 11. So I'm letting it warm up. I don't want to start a print at 11 degrees. So I turned the 2 heaters on, let them warm the plate thing up a little bit, and then I'll start the print. But I gotta save the file anyway. So let me do that. No, Larks is a field up by where Wes lives. He's actually Rich Baker's field is new up that way, and Larks is a little farther up than that. Even it's up by the villages. It's very close to the villages. I've been up there a couple times. That's the field I flew that event at and won that radio. I was at Larks. So yeah, it's a nice field. A lot of people I used to fly with down here have gone up there. When I last time I was up there, they were all excited to see me. They were, hey, what are you doing up here? You know, so well, I thought I'd come up and hang out with you scumbags. But anyway, yeah, it's a nice field. It really is a nice field. They got nice geotech runways and everything, but it's on top of a landfill. You know, it's actually a landfill that they've smoothed over, and then they put a RC flying field on top of it. So it's a big mountain, and when we're on the top of the mountain, it doesn't smell. The grass is perfect. It's a beautiful place. They did a nice job. They even put lights on the roads and stuff. There's no housing or anything built in there because it's a landfill, but they made it look nice. And the only thing I can think of they made it look nice for is the RC flying field, because that's the only thing that's there. So, other than when you bring your garbage in to dump it, anything you want, you got a beautiful drive-in, So I don't know, but yeah, it's a nice field. I like it. It's a little over an hour for me to get up there. Maybe an hour and a half. Not too bad. So, yeah, I got a flash drive. I'm getting ready to put this file. So I found a 5-spoke wheel. And I made it bigger, but I don't know if it's big enough yet. But I'm only going to print one. And we're going to see how that one turns out. So I've got it already set up and everything. I just have to save it to the drive, so let's do that. Export G file to the D drive. Let's call this the 5-spoke. 5-spoke wheel. And it exported successfully, and it is on the drive. Okay, and let me just check one more little detail before I commit it to the printer. Yeah, that looks good. All right. Okay, so let me put it in the printer. What's the printer up to now? It's up to 18 degrees. Not quite where I want it yet. Above 20 would be good. Hopefully, we'll just get it started and see what happens. Okay, file is started. All right, we can just set and forget. That's on the way. Printer started. It's probably going to be, what, 30 minutes? This is an hour. Really? I don't know why it would take an hour to print that, but okay. There's a lot more infill now. All right, so before I was only doing like a circle like this of support, okay? This is at 1%. And you get a circle like that, but the post isn't in the middle. It wouldn't put the post in the middle. This should have been right here in the middle. Yeah, and it wasn't. It was down here at the bottom. The post is right here, and this, I don't know how that happened. Whatever. So I redid it again, and then I did it, and this is the infill now, is solid. You can see the post in the center. You see the little circle right there in the center. That's the post, the axle. You know, this. Okay? And then it's standing this way on the printer. Prints up to the rotor. This is the brake rotor and the caliper. And it prints the rotor and caliper and then on the top, and then it goes up and then it starts printing the wheel. And the wheel sits like this. And what's supporting the wheel is all of this, the tire. That's why you have all this here, is so that the tire sits on top of it like that. That's what supports the tire, so it'll print the tire. But I can't get the axle to break free from the thing without the wheel breaking off. So I'm tired of fooling with this wheel. We're going to try a different wheel. And the car comes with a 5-spoke wheel on it anyway, so this should be a better looking wheel on it anyhow. So we're going to try that. We'll see what that looks like. So it's starting to print now. By the time the print starts, it'll probably be 20 degrees. And it'll probably, by the time it's finished in an hour, it'll probably be up to almost 30 degrees. So it'll be alright. I think it'll be alright. Okay, so what was I saying? So this week in the weather, hang on, my computer's lagging here. Okay, there we go. No, hang on. One more time. There we go. Yeah, the field that the E-Jets is at is Imperial. Yeah, Jeff from Laurel, Alabama just said it. Yeah, Imperial. It's in Mulberry, which is south of me. Lark is way north of me, and about the same distance. It's about an hour and a half, hour to hour and a half either way. To go south to Imperial or go north to Lark. About the same distance. So, probably getting tired. Yeah, I'm getting tired. Anyway, so there's a big event that goes on in February here in Florida. The first of the year. It's called Sick Week. S-I-C-K, Sick Week. Drag racing. So it's a drag race event, and last year it started in South Georgia at the South Georgia Motorsports Park, then came down to Florida to Gainesville, and from Gainesville it went to Bradenton. From Bradenton it went to Orlando, and then for Orlando it went back up to Gainesville. That was last year. This year I was going to follow it. I'm glad I didn't. I'm glad the weather. I mean, I'm glad they did what they did, because I would have. I'll get to that. This year they started in Gainesville, went back up to Georgia, for God only knows why, and then go to. So the drivers now you have to drive the race car. It's what they call a drive and drag. Or drag and drive, whichever way you want to say it. You have to drive the race car from track to track. Okay, you can't put it on a trailer, and you can't have a support vehicle following you. Whatever you need, tools, jacks, whatever, engine hoist, whatever, spare transmission, spare motor, whatever you think you're going to need, you have to bring with you. That's the way this game works. So you put your race tires on and race shocks and whatever, and you drag race. And if you do a good one, like if you're in an 850 class and you're running 850 on your first pass, you don't need to do any better. Just, switch the car over back to street tires and street setup, get on the road and head for the next track. You can hang out and watch, but you don't have to do any more drag racing, And you're only racing the clock. You're not racing the guy in the other lane, even though there's a guy in the other lane. You're not racing him. You're just racing the clock. And it's the guy at the end that has the best average. So if you're dialing 850s and you run an 850 every time, you're going to win. If you run an 870, okay, and then you're in an 850, well then 860 is going to be your average. You might still win. It just depends. but you have to go to five different races at 4 different tracks. And so this year, when they started it in Gainesville and then went to Georgia, they had to take a whole day off. Usually they race every day, but this time, since they were coming from Georgia all the way down to Bradenton, they gave them all day Wednesday to just drive. You know, to get your, because these race cars aren't doing 70 miles an hour on the interstate. You know, first of all, they're not on the interstate. They have a prescribed route they have to take through towns. And there's checkpoints. They have to stop and take a picture when they get there, you know, to the first checkpoint, second checkpoint, third. There were 3 checkpoints Wednesday. The third checkpoint was at Leadfoot City. It's an 1/8 mile drag strip they just put in right down the street from me here. Literally, it's not 5 miles down the street. You can hear the cars from here. So I went there and met everybody there. Got to talk to a bunch of the guys Wednesday when they came through. And we had a beautiful day Wednesday. It was 70 degrees here and sunny. It was beautiful. Still got down to the 30s that night, but during the day it was beautiful. After they left Leadfoot City, they had to drive to Bradenton, which was at least another 2 hours. And for some of these guys that can only go 50 miles an hour, it was even longer. One guy is running, apparently he hasn't thought this out very much. He only has a 5-gallon gas tank, and it can only run 38 minutes before the engine gets too hot. So he has to drive for 38 minutes, pull in, shut the car off, let it cool down. While it's cooling down, he refills the 5-gallon gas tank, and goes again. So I think he said it took him 8 hours to get to Bradenton. So that's a long day for such a short ride. But you know, it's a race car, so that's, you know. But some guys have it figured out where they can drive all the way down at even interstate speed without a problem. It just depends on how you do it. One guy has giant mutter truck tires on his the road setup to increase his gear ratio, so that the tack doesn't, you know, it's not tacking 6 grand while he's trying to do 50 miles an hour, and that's what he did. Everybody's got a different way of doing it, but anyway, so Wednesday they all got down to Bradenton. Well, Wednesday night it rained all night long, and it rained most of the morning Thursday. So the pits were underwater down at Bradenton. Everybody's trying to decide whether they want to swap off are they going to cancel the event? Are they going to run it? They didn't know. Then the wind picked up, and they had rain and wind, and then they didn't get the track dry till 2 in the afternoon. And it was still too windy, so they weren't going to run any of the fast cars. So all the A and B classes cars were anything in the 5-6 second club, all the way to the 8-second club. If you run an 8-second quarter mile or faster, you didn't get to run in Bradenton. They were afraid the cars were going to get blown off the racetrack. That's how windy it was. So only the slow cars, like what I would be running, you know, 10, 11-second cars and slower, are the only ones that got to run at Bradenton. So if I'd have drove all the way down to Bradenton to sit in the rain for half a day and then only get to see the slow cars, I'd have been pissed. So, so I'm glad I didn't go. I did Leadfoot City. I didn't go up to Gainesville. I didn't go down to Bradenton. I didn't go to Orlando. I just, you know, and I'm right in the middle of all of them. It takes me the same distance to get to Bradenton, Orlando, or Gainesville, pretty much. I mean, I can go any one of the directions. It's about the same drive. So I'm right in the middle of all 3 of them. But I didn't go. So I'm glad I did. I just watched the highlights on YouTube, and you can do that too if you want. Just Sick Week 2026. And you can see everything I'm talking about. The kind of cars that are running, and some, you know, good footage of them running and all that. So that's what happened this past week. And today was the end. They ran in Gainesville today, and I haven't seen what anybody ran today. I haven't had a chance to watch any of the footage. So after I get done with you guys, I'll go watch that tonight. So Just over 6 hours for you, Jeff, to Imperial. That's not bad. Yeah, that's not too bad. I would have thought it'd been a little longer than that. Yeah, Fred. I got the joke about it. You know, the printer was getting tired. You know, tired. I got it. I got the joke. You didn't have to explain it. I got it. Okay, so anyway, so let's see what else has been going on. It's been too cold out here to work on anything out here. I haven't worked on a car. Well, I did put some new exhaust pipes on some tailpipes on my G8. The car came with, I think it came with 2 mufflers and 2 resonators at the tailpipe, at the very tailpipe. And it was only like a 2.5-inch exhaust. And the guy that had the car before I bought it had put a 3-inch system all the way back. So it's got long tube headers on the motor and 3-inch exhaust all the way to the back. And there's 1 muffler in the middle, and the 2 sides come in and meet in this muffler in an X pattern, and go through the muffler and come out the other side. And then there's no resonators on it, just straight pipe to the back. And it's pretty loud, too loud. I didn't, you know, even idling it was too loud. So I wanted to put a resonator on it to try to calm it down. And they've got some fancy pipe in there. It's got a reverse loop in it. I don't know what that does. I didn't want to take that off right yet, so I didn't. I just wanted to put a new tailpipe on it that had a resonator in it. So I ordered 3 different sets from Amazon, and only one of the 3 actually had a silencer in the pipe. You know, something to resonate. You know, to kill the sound. The other 2 were just straight pipes, you know, like I had on there. So I sent those 2 back, and I put the last one on. And I had to go to the parts store here and buy 2 tailpipes, 3-inch IDOD with the shortest turn down they had, and I cut the turn down off because I needed to bring that. The resonator was really short, and it was sitting too far back in the muffler, and I didn't like it. So I added these pipes to bring it out. And it came out really good. It looks really good on there now. It's a stainless steel pipe with a carbon fiber wrap around it, and it's, you look in the pipe, you can see all the holes for the resonator, and it did quiet it down at idle. It's still pretty loud when you get on it, but if you're just cruising down the road, it's not too bad. It's tolerable now. I like it. It didn't kill it a lot, but you know, wide open throttle, it's still a lot loud, but you know, if you're just cruising or idling, it's not too bad. And I think they look pretty good. It had a dual tip setup, like 2.5-inch dual tips, or 2 3/4-inch. They might even been 3-inch dual tips, and I replaced it with 1 single tip. And it looks good. And I think that's the way the car comes, is with 1 single tip. But everybody puts the dual tip setup on it for whatever reason. So I've got these beautiful stainless steel dual tips I can put back on if I change my mind about how I want it to run. And these things were really cheap. I think they were only 18 bucks a piece, these resonators. Even though they were stainless steel, they were only $18 a piece. So, but I had to spend another 10 a piece for the tailpipe to extend them out. But I got that all bolted up and on, and I'm pretty happy with it. We'll see how that goes. We'll let that run for a while and see how it goes. But other than that, I haven't touched the car, haven't touched the motorcycle. Been trying to clean the shop some more. I got to get the lift moved over. But yeah, it's just too cold. So been watching a lot of television, sleeping. That's all there is to do. I ain't got nothing else to do, so just watch television, sleep. Because I'm not coming out here to work on airplanes or cars or anything else. It's too cold. So. one of Roach's friends. Oh, really? Oh, I didn't see that. Wow. Well, okay, we'll have to look for that. I didn't know Michael's one of his friends died. I guess Mike put the video up. Yeah, that's never good. We don't like to hear that. Yeah, so these are the two I just took off the bed, the print bed, and you know they look fine. They look like they're going to work, but by the time I try to break this part off, the wheel comes off the axle. And this time I took an X-Acto knife and I cut all the way around it here, trying to get it loose, and I did, but the rotor is still too stuck to the support, and I couldn't get it out. So I've had no luck getting this wheel printed, so I'm trying a different wheel now. I mean, I can work. The only other way to do this, which it might come to that, is take a Dremel tool and just go in here and start just cutting this stuff loose, without trying to tear it loose. Just cut it loose, and just whittle my way down until I get it. But it just doesn't seem like it's attached at all. There's so little attachment point. So I don't know. We'll see. These two are still possible because they're perfect, So maybe I'll take if after I print this wheel, I'll know if I'm going to go with that or try to salvage these. So we'll see. We'll wait and see. So so that's all I got, car news, printer news. Don't have any airplane news. Oh! I do have one thing. Horizon Hobby called me to remind me that I had $28 credit on my Full Throttle account and that I should spend it this weekend. They gave me this weekend to not lose it. It said it expired, but they're going to give me this weekend to use it. And I told them, that was really nice of you. Thank you. I appreciate that. So I got to go on Horizon Hobby right now and do a little shopping. To see if I can find something to buy to spend my money on. Anybody got any suggestions? Anything on sale? Anything you think I should look at to spend my money on? It's only $28, but that's like a $280 airplane with 10% off, right? That's how I look at it. So I could spend up to that, and feel like I'm a winner. Or I could just buy a $28 part, something like that. So let me go look and see what's going on. Okay, we got Fly Into Love. Oh, all right. So it looks like we've got a it looks like we have a sale going on for Valentine's Day. So let's go see what's on sale. Yeah. I don't know if we're going to find anything, but let's go take a look. Yeah, bundle and save is just Spectrum battery crap. So let's go to the Fly Into Love and Save. Looks like that's just a gift card. A free $10 gift card with purchase of $50 and a free $50 gift card with any purchase of $250. So there you go. And I have to use that on my next purchase, not on the purchase I'm making now. So $100 gets you a $20 gift card, $250 gets you 50, and 300. Oh no, 500 gets you a $100 gift card. Yeah. So, all right. So that's all. That's all there is in the love section that I see. So let's go. Let's go look at some airplanes first, and then we'll go from there. Oops. Wrong button. I know. Stop pushing buttons. The 10th anniversary timber. Oh my God, they'll do anything. They'll call it anything to get sell another timber. Man, they just love ordering that and making anything out of timber. Oh, cool, Eric. Where'd you order the decals from? Oh, from Horizon Hobby? They have a decal sheet for that thing? Really? Oh, it's the decals for the AT6. You're going to put them on the... Not going to be the right size, Eric. The AT6 is not... They're not the same scale, I don't believe. So the decals are going to be too small for that big PBY. I don't think that's going to work. Well, you better use it. Did you get a call, Jeff? Because you're going to have to use it this weekend, I think, or you're going to lose it. That's part of their new full throttle program that's supposed to be so wonderful for us. It's horrible. It's a horrible... There's nothing to gain from that. It'll be close enough for you? Okay. You might be surprised. Oh yeah, the Texan's a good airplane. I love it. You know, I wanted it before when I wasn't crazy about the old paint scheme. I love the new paint scheme on it. So I'm just going to wait for it to go on sale then. But I'll definitely buy that plane. I love that one. I love the new paint scheme on it. I want another AT6. So that's a winner chicken dinner for me. But I'll wait till it goes on sale. Probably Christmas. So let me go see what's going on. You got anything on sale? I could buy a propeller or something for something, I guess. I don't know. We'll see. This print's going weird. It keeps stopping. I've never seen the printer stop before. It seems like it's stopping on every layer. It stops, and then it starts again. It does the whole layer, stops, and then starts again. I've never had a print do that before. So that's kind of weird. I don't know why it's doing that. Oh, it's actually not stopping. it's doing a real slow circle around the shaft of the axle. And then goes again. So that's what it's doing. Okay, out of stock, out of stock. Let's see what else we got here. Yeah, I don't want to spend that kind of money. I always put it in order of price, so I can go down to the price point that I want to look at and start looking from there down. That way I'm not weeding through all these airplanes that are too expensive I don't want. If I put it in order by price, high to low, then I scroll down past the $500 mark, and that's where I start looking. At least right now. I don't want to spend more than $500 right now. So I don't see anything on sale. Nothing. Not a darn thing. Yeah, I don't see nothing. Nothing. Yeah, I'm already down to the $399 airplanes, and nothing. Not one airplane's on sale. Alright, let's keep looking. There's the AT6, yeah, $379. Yeah, I'll wait for it. It'll go on sale. I'll wait for that. But I love that paint scheme, so I'm really excited about that. That's I love that paint scheme, so I'll definitely get it. I'll just wait a little bit. Yeah, still nothing. Yeah, nothing. Out of stock. You know, the FMS pits, the 1400 size pits for $319 is a pretty damn good deal. I gotta tell you guys. It's a great flying airplane. The thing is freaking huge. You have to understand that a 1400 millimeter biplane is a gigantic airplane. That thing is huge. And it's only $319, and it's probably the same price. It might be on sale from FMS. I haven't looked there yet. I'll have to go look. But yeah, that is a really good buy. It's always been a good price. That, you know, the plane started off at like at $270 or something. I think when I bought mine, I have two of them, and I love that airplane. It's a great airplane. I'm down at $279. Still nothing on sale. Let me go back to the chat for a second here. What did I miss? Did Eric pop in? Oh, your expiration date is 5/1? Okay, good for you. Yeah, mine's... I guess mine expired this week. And then, but they're going to carry it over for the weekend. They told me if I order something, I can still redeem it. So, oh yeah, if I'd have gotten one back in the day, the old scheme, I would have. I didn't hate it. It was a blue, blue with blue wingtip thing, and silver airplane. It was nice. I just never pulled the trigger on it, and I don't think they ever put that one on sale that I can remember. They just discontinued it. It just went away. Same thing with the Spitfire that I want really bad. Is they just discontinued it. They didn't put it on sale, clearance. Hey, we're phasing this. Nothing. Just all of a sudden, discontinued, no longer available. Oh, nice. All right. All right. Let me. I'm caught up on the chat. Let me go back to go down here a little farther, and then I think I'll go check out the cars, see if they have a car I can't live without. Okay, down to 239. Still nothing. We'll go just a little bit farther, and then I gotta quit. Because I don't think they got anything. I don't think they have anything on sale. Nothing. Yeah. Yeah, I got nothing on sale. Wow. Alright. Let's go look at cars. See if they got anything there on sale. Alright, let's go look at cars. Cars and trucks. Okay. I do the same thing here too. Highest price, the lowest price, and then scroll down to a price I can afford. And I always send it to 96 on a page, so I don't have to change pages as often. Yeah, nothing on sale. I think they had the motorcycles on sale for a bit, not too long ago. Not anymore, they're off. Everything's off sale now. Right now there's just down, their big Valentine's deal is just to get a gift card, which is not a bad deal, honestly, but still. Yeah, I don't see a darn thing. No. Out of stock, out of stock. Yeah, that's too much. Oh, that's interesting. How come none of these are marked ready to run? Is this new? All right. I don't see nothing here. Nada. Not a thing. Alright. So I guess... I guess I could buy a battery. I really don't want to spend money on a Spectrum battery. I think they do have batteries on sale. Let's go look at that. Juno, what's up? How you doing, man? Victor! What's going on, man? Good to see you guys. Welcome to the freezing cold show in Florida. Oh. The little Creighton's a great truck, yeah. Roy! What's up? How you doing, man? David, what's up? Crystal, how you guys doing? Good to see you. Yeah. All right, guys. Let me go look at. Let's see what their combo sale deal is. Their bundle. Bundle and save. Let's see what the bundle and save deal is. Yeah, battery and charger combo. Spectrum smart battery, smart charger, bundle and save, yada yada yada. You know, that's not really a bad deal there. They've got a smart power stage air bundle. Let's see, you get the G2. Oh, no, no balance lead. No, don't want to do that. Yeah, I'm not doing G2 batteries, so screw that. Yeah, everything in their bundle that's on sale is they're all G2 batteries. So what that means, guys, is there's no balance lead. So the only way you can charge the battery, you have to use a smart charger to charge it. If it has a balance lead, you can use a smart charger if you want, or you can use a regular charger. But these G2 batteries with no balance lead, you can't charge it unless you put it on the smart charger. So, yeah. So, not interested in that. I seriously don't think maybe I can get a decal sheet or something. Let me think for a minute. You know, do I have an airplane that I would like to change the decals or spiff up the decals? Maybe I could spend my $28 on a decal sheet. Something. I don't know. I'll have to look and see. Mike, what? Hope your shirt is waterproof because your jacket is a pisser. Was that meant for me? You don't like my jacket? Really? That's funny. I keep getting notifications on my phone. I have no idea what they're for. I don't know what... When I go to look for messages, I don't have any. So I don't know what the notification is I'm getting. I just got some kind of notification, but I don't have any messages. So I don't know what it was. Anyway. Wiggs, what's up? How you doing, man? Oh. A button's undo? Wait, huh? Oh, well, guys, I have to touch buttons. I can't go look on on Horizon Hobby to see if there's anything on sale without touching a button. Sorry, but that's just how it goes. It's like, you know, I can't fold my hands and blink. That won't work. Moaning about being cold and button. Well, are you talking about the jackets undone? It's a zipper jacket. It's not buttons. And it's because I'm too fat for the jacket. I can't. You know, I grabbed the first thing I could find to put on because I was already late to the show. Tonight was game night at the church. We were playing dominoes, and I got home. If I hadn't had to go to the bathroom when I walked in the door, I would have been on time. Maybe I'd have had more time to pick a more appropriate jacket. So, and this isn't what's cold. My face is cold. My hands are cold. That's what's cold. You know, my torso with the jacket's fine. It's, you know, I mean, you could just about see my breath out here. It's getting that cold. This print's getting close. There's probably only about maybe 10 minutes left on the print. Touching's okay, no pushing. Alright, I'll try to remember that. I'm not touching you, you can't get mad. I'm not touching you, you can't get mad. I'm not touching. Oh, God. You're all a bunch of children, you know that? Oh. Oh my God, that's funny. Yeah, talk about smoking. How's Spencer? Yeah. I don't know. I wonder if he's doing a show tonight. You know, like Zoom. Maybe that was the notification I got. Although it wasn't. I looked on Facebook and it wasn't there. But let me look anyway. Let me go here and look. We gotta push a couple more buttons, guys. Here we go. Nanny, nanny, boo, boo. Yeah, Spencer put up well, he put that up before I started my show. 8:19. Yeah, that wasn't it. It wasn't Spencer's notification. That notification, he started his Zoom at 8:19. Holy crap. Okay, what on earth is this? Wow. That's pretty badass. Holy shit. You should see the wagon that somebody took. One of the old B-body wagons. Man, he has slammed this thing and customized the shit out of it. It is frickin' beautiful. Wow. That's crazy. Holy gamolies. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, so that wasn't the notification I got. So I don't know. I don't know what it was. Alright, let's go back to close that. Maybe I could order an extra nose cone or something for one of the jets. I think there was... I think I needed one, if I remember right. Alright guys, come on, think. What would be a good, 28 bucks. What should I buy for 28 bucks? Anything come to mind for you guys? You'd spend 28 bucks, to have an extra maybe, or I don't know. An NX-10. Smoke them if you got them. Yeah, props. I was thinking that. I didn't, I'm trying to think what plane would be a good candidate to buy an extra prop for. Donate to charity. There you go. That's a great idea. Yeah. I wonder if I could put a... I could buy a spare prop for one of the FMS planes I just bought, maybe. Yeah, no, that plane does nothing for me, Jeff. The GB. I don't care for that thing at all. That plane never interested me. I can always use a spare 11.7. Why 11.7? What plane does that go on? 11.7. Is that most of the 1200 size airplanes? I might need, yeah, Roy's charity. Let's see. Alright, I'm gonna go use the bathroom. Been out here an hour and a half now, right? So, yeah, I'm gonna go to the bathroom and come back. And by the time I'm back, that tire should be printed. Just about done. So we'll take a look at that. And, several E-Flite planes take a 3-blade 11.7. Really? Other than the Trojan, which I don't think came with a 3-bladed prop anyway, but maybe it did. What else came with a 3-bladed prop? Let it go, Kenny. Right here? Mike, you want me to just let it go right here? Oh, the Cirrus. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, you're right, Mike. That's true. The Cirrus is a 3-blade prop. I don't have any timbers. Well, I have a Timber X, but it doesn't have a 3-bladed prop. I don't think it does. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it doesn't have a 3-bladed prop. All right, I'm gonna think about it while I'm going to the bathroom. So I'll be back in a minute. You guys all hang tight. Talk amongst yourselves. I'll be right back. Alright, I'm back. I'm buttoned up and I got mittens on. I can't touch any buttons. I'm screwed. I can't touch any buttons. Oh no. What am I gonna do? Alright, hang on a minute. My show's way behind. I'm gonna get caught up. Oh, come on. Damn it. I don't know why it does that. Hang on. Okay, there we go. Okay, we're all good now. I'm all cut up. I'm all warmed up. I'm good for the rest of the night. No, I'm not. I'm definitely going back inside. I can't work my phone. I can't work. I'm screwed here. Yeah. Yeah, I changed. I got my flannel jacket on, buttoned up now, and I got my mittens on. I couldn't find a pullover stocking mat. I used to have some of those, but I don't know where they. I haven't worn one of those in 20 years, so I don't know where one of those is. I couldn't grab one of those quick enough. So. Yeah, boxing gloves. Yeah. The J10. Well, yeah, I know. I have a heater over here, but it doesn't really work very well. The other heater that you guys bought me is out in the camper. I could bring it in. And if we get any more of this cold weather, I'm going to bring it in. Because I'm just tired of it. But yeah, I love that heater. It's out in the camper. The Freewing J10 90mm. The J10. What's a J? I know what a J11 is. What's a J10? Oh, isn't that Delta Wing, Japanese Delta Wing fighter jet thing? I think it's got functional canards on the front. The J10. It does. Is that the one you guys are talking about? It was red, white, and blue. Yeah. Banana Hobbies used to sell that plane. RC Informer has one. He did a lot of mods to it to make it fly better. Yeah, I was going to buy that plane. I almost bought that plane more than once. I think somebody else is selling that plane now. I don't think it's Freewing. I mean, they obviously have their own version of it, but I'm talking about the actual one that Banana used to sell. Okay, the wheel's done. We're done. Yeah, I remember, I almost bought it because they had it on sale for a while, and I was going to pull the trigger on it, and I never did, and I kind of wish I had. But yeah, I know which one you're talking about. All right, I don't know if I can get this out of the printer with these on. We'll see. Well, I got the door open. Oh, wow, this one. Oh, cool. There's tread on the tires on this one, guys. Oh, does that look badass? Oh, my God. Wait till you guys see this. That is freaking cool. Holy shit. Wow, that is cool. Okay, so here's the wheel. It's a 5-spoke wheel, which I like. That's perfect. That looks very similar to the wheel it's supposed to be on the G8. And look at, I'm going to get it close so you can look at the tread on the tire. This is cool. Look at that. Is that badass or what? That is cool. Alright. Let's see if I can get this off the plate. Okay, I'm going to have to dispense with the mittens, guys. Alright. Let's see. Wow, this thing cooled off. This is cold. It was 100 degrees Celsius, this plate. And it's already cold. God, holy crap. I mean cold. I don't mean it's warm cooling off. I mean it's cold. This plate was just in there at about 100 degrees Fahrenheit. And it is absolutely cold. Wow. Alright, so that printed a nice perfect rotor, no caliper though. But the rotor looks really good in there. And the wheel looks good. Okay, it came right off. And it might be a little too big. Yeah, it's too big. So I didn't know how to scale it because I didn't know what the standard size was to start with. So I didn't know how to scale it. But, so we're going to have to make it smaller, but boy, is that cool. See, the problem is the shaft size is wrong. I don't know how I'm going to get around this. We'll have to figure out how to make the wheel smaller without making the shaft size smaller. That's going to be a challenge. I guess I can print some like shims or something in there, like a sleeve. That's the word I'm looking for. I'll have to print a sleeve and put it in there to take up the gap between. Because I think this axle's, even though the wheel's bigger, I think the axle's smaller. Go figure that one out. So I went and pulled a file off of Thingiverse. This is actually a wheel for the new Dodge Charger, the electric Dodge Charger. Somebody made a file for the electric Charger, and it had the 5-spoke wheel. So I thought, well, let me print that and see how that looks. The wheel's fantastic. The tire is fantastic. I'm going to have to do something with the wheel, the axle size though, because it's wrong size axle, I think. So we'll find out here in a minute. Let me tear at this a little bit and see if we can get this off without ripping it off the rotor. It's definitely got a lot less material in the support. This is breaking off pretty clean. Michael Bear. Screw the wheel. Let's print another vase. Yeah, alright. Hey, I'm all in, man. That's cool. I could do that. Unfortunately, I'm not going to stay out here long enough to print a vase. You know, unless you want me to print a little teeny one. Because that's probably a... You know, if I print a big one, it's probably going to be a 5-hour print. Instead of 3 days, like it used to be on my old Ender, printer. Okay, there's the axle. And it's in the center. So far, so good. Well, so far, so good. God, I really like this wheel. Jesus, this really looks cool. Wow, that is really badass. Very cool. The tire came out so good. God, that thing is beautiful. I love this treaded tire. Man, that is cool. It's a shame this wheel's too big. But it's cool. Wow. Yeah, I think that's definitely too small. The shaft. Yeah, and the wheel's too big. Okay, that was a start though. All right, I can figure it out from there. Beautiful. That's fantastic. All right, guys. I got to show you this. That is beautiful. I just got to resize it, but that came out beautiful. All right. I'm going to the table so I can get right up to the camera. Let me change over to this view for me. Yeah, that come out perfect. Wow, that's really nice. Okay. All right. So, here's the back side of the wheel. There's the shaft. That all stayed together. That's the rotor. There's, here, let me turn it over so you can see the caliper. There's the caliper at the top there. Looks like there's a little piece of, yeah, there's one more piece of support in there. And then here's the front side. And then I think you can see the caliper in there. Yep, yeah, the caliper's behind that one. Those two spokes, rotor, and then the tire. And then look at the tire. That is cool. That really came out cool. Look at that. I love that. God, that is so cool. Alright, I just got to resize it. Print it again. That's beautiful. That really came out. That's a good wheel. Nah, that's going to look good. That'll look really good on the car. That's going to look really good on the car. All right, let me get back to the chat. I took it off chat so I could see what I was doing. That is super cool. And it's nice and solid. The wheel didn't break loose of the shaft or anything. This is a really good print of a wheel. That is really cool. All right, let me get back to the chat here. All right. Yeah, silicone fake dog poop. Yeah, I can print that. There's a file for that. And I have all this flexible filament now too, so I can make it rubbery too. Although I don't know that anybody was going to pick it up and look at it, you know. Even though they know it's fake, nobody wants to touch it. They do that joke to me all the time. And when I'm out there at the field, you know, and I got my tent up, you know, if I leave the tent for 5 minutes, I come back, somebody's put dog poop inside inside my tent every time. Yeah, it's pretty funny. Yeah, my printer will print anything. I have some TPU. I've got nylon. I've got carbon fiber. I got it all. I don't know that printing this, you know, it's not like this car needs a rubber tire so it can roll or anything, because it won't roll. You know, there's no, you know, this axle's not on a bearing or anything. It doesn't go all the way through the car, you know, so it would support the car to roll. You know, it's just a static display. So it's pointless to make it, you know, roll. But see, what I was going for was the shaft size, and man, I'm really close on the shaft size. The problem is the wheel's too big, but the shafts, I've got the shaft size right. You know, that'll work, but the wheel's way too big. So here's, you know, this is the wheel, the size the wheel needs to be. You know, see, it's quite a bit smaller. So I just have to downsize it. That's easy. But the problem when I downsize is it's going to downsize the shaft too. So I'm going to have to make a sleeve to put over the shaft so it'll tighten up in the hole. That's not a big deal though. It's easy. You know, that's not going to be a big deal. So that's cool though. That's a great looking wheel. Wow. I like that. Dan, what's up? Good to see you. Don't hide under that. I wouldn't hide under this desk. It's good advice, though. Thank you. uh, yeah, it's pretty fun to play with, Mike. I'm so happy with this table. You know, for 92 bucks. I've been looking at these tables for years. You know, ever since Rich Baker got one. You know, when he's playing with the desk when he's doing his show, and he lifts the plane up and down and stuff. And I'm like, I'm gonna get me one of those. And the prices were always in the $300 range. And I'm like, and then this one was 92 bucks, free shipping. I didn't have to even buy 3 of them, guys. I got free shipping with 1. I didn't have to buy 3. It's like, what a deal. So yeah, I had to go for it. Yeah, super happy with this table. I think it's pretty cool. All right, so that's the right size wheel right there. We gotta print. Actually, that might even be a little bigger. No, I think that's the right size. All right, so I got to resize this to this. I guess I'll go get my calipers and measure it, and then I can reset it in the print. But that is really cool. The tread on that tire is cool as shit. Man, that really looks good. So, all right, I missed something here. What happened to you, Mike? You got burnt somehow? What the hell happened? I had 37 nails taken out of my body. What was covered in human shit. Bloody war is horrific. Wow. Where'd that happen at, Mike? Uh, all right, so let me see if I can figure this out without going and getting my calipers. Go over to my software here. All right, let me grab this. Drag it over here. Okay. All right, what size is this? It says it's 2440. That's 2440. Okay, all right, but the actual size is what? 5861. And this one is 4930. Oh, well, that's it then. I just need to make this one 4930. Simple. Very simple. Oh, I bet it was 49.30. Yeah. That went right off the plate. Okay, let's try that again. Alright, let's go here. And let's see. $49.30. There we go. No, that looks too small. Well, why would that be too damn small? $49.30. $49.30. What the hell? Well, that's not the right size. Huh. Alright. Let's do it another way. Let's do it this way. Let's put this on the grid over here. And let's put this one on the grid over here. Alright. That's a little too big, I think. Yep. Alright. That's pretty close. Yeah, I think that's about it right there. Yeah, I think that's it. Okay, Mike. I'll hold the table until you get back. Yeah, I agree. I think our vets aren't taking near as care. We need to take better care of our vets. Um, You know, and I believe Trump is doing something about that, if I'm not mistaken. Don't quote me on it. I don't follow it that close, but I had heard on one of the news channels talking about new programs that Trump has introduced for the vets. So I don't know if that's true or not. Maybe some of you guys know. Yeah. Yeah. Trump is definitely not sending our money to other countries anymore like Biden did. Okay? We're definitely trying to take care of our own now. That's the whole purpose of the tariffs and everything. So he's definitely on a mission to take care of our own. So I don't know if you guys know this or not, but Trump doesn't take a salary for being president. All of his salary goes to the veterans. That's one thing he does for sure. You know, the man doesn't need a paycheck from the government. He has more money than the government. So he doesn't need a paycheck. So his salary goes to the veterans. Well, okay, Phil. Yeah, but that's not what I'm talking about. Um, that's. I'm not talking about supporting the war. I'm talking about bullshit money that Biden was sending to the all the other countries. You know, not to fight a war, but just to send them money. You know, part of our trade agreement bullshit. All right, let's save this file and print another wheel. Damn. The timber, the GB is the new timber. Okay. Okay. let's warm that chamber back up while I save this file. And let's print another wheel. Mike says, I'm tired of looking at these cars without paint. Are you talking about my 3D printed cars, Mike? Is that what you're talking about? Alright, let me get that file saved. I'm going to bring this up to the front here. I want to see it print. I think we'll put it right about there. Okay. Alright, let's slice it. Alright. Yeah, this is only going to take 49 minutes to print, not an hour. That's a little faster. Alright, let's export the code. And we're going to call it Five Spoke. I think it was 53. And we'll call it that. That's fine. All right. Oh, it let me keep the space in there. Oh, that's interesting. All right, let's do it. Let's print it. What the hell? All right. All right. Okay, on the way. Printer's printing. Man, I am really... That is so cool. Alright, I gotta go pee again. I did drop the boys off at the pool last time. I didn't think I needed to do that, but again, I was wrong. I did. But this time I just have to pee. So let me go pee again. I'm down to 2 timbers. Oh my god. You guys with your timbers. Oh, you're hilarious. Mike, you haven't responded to my question about. You're talking about my 3D printed cars. You want to see them painted? Yeah, I do too. It's too cold to paint. You can't paint in 30-degree weather. I don't have a heated paint booth, so yeah, I can't paint them right now. Yeah, that's a good one, Dan. I wonder what the mad scientists at Horizon are cooking up for us. Yeah, probably more smart technology stuff, batteries and shit, because that's what this whole full throttle program went to. They don't give a crap about selling airplanes. They just want to sell batteries and chargers. You know. Oh, I don't have a P vase. I haven't printed one of those yet. Yeah, I am too. I'm getting if it's warm enough tomorrow, I might shoot some paint on both of these, and I'll send you a picture directly to you, so you get a preview before next week's show. So, all right, be back in a minute, guys. Oh, let me take my mitts. I might need them for cooking. So I made salmon for the. So at our game night at the church, everybody brings food. So I cooked salmon tonight and took it over there, and that was a huge hit. Everybody loved that. And I was using these earlier for that. So let me go put those back in the kitchen. Okay. Yeah, the printer's still warming up. Let's see. Yeah, the cabin's 22 degrees Celsius instead of 11, so that's cool. Let's see what I missed here. I'm just reading the posts I missed while I was out. So, Mike Bird, what did you do in the military? What was your job in the military? Yeah, my recruiters were idiots. I tell you, I wish I had had a good recruiter. I would have loved to go in the service. I would have gone in the Air Force. If I wasn't flying jets, I'd be working on them at least. They did guarantee me pilot training in a helicopter, but life expectancy in a helicopter was like practically zilch back then. So. 6 years SF SBS. I don't know what that means. You're gonna for us non-military folk. You're gonna have to explain what that means. You have 10 hours in rotor wing. No, no kidding. Okay, so do they call that the Navy in Britain? Is it still Navy, or do they call it something else? Are we in the Coast Guard? Yeah, Mike. Thank you for your service. I mean, even though you're not an American, I don't care. You know, thank you for your service, because you fought with us. Or we fought with you, whichever way you want to look at it. Yeah, Marines or Navy. That's a branch of the Navy. Yep. Absolutely. Most people don't know that. Hell, half the time talking to Marines, they don't know that. They rag on the Navy so bad, you know. Yeah, anytime we need to go fight someplace, you guys give us a ride. You know, that's the way the Marines treat the Navy. I mean, you know, guys, you're on the same team, man. You're both Navy. I don't know why they do that. It's funny. Yeah, I understand, Mike. I feel your pain. I know. It's my dad lost some friends. He served. He was in the Korean War, and he lost some friends. He was wounded. He got a Purple Heart. Oh. Yeah, yeah, Craig. I agree. Let's change the subject to something else. What would you like? I don't have. I'm trying to think if I have a plane. I don't. I'm not working on any planes at the moment. Pull out of timbers. I don't have any timbers. Well, I've got a Timber X, but I can't get to that. All right. Let me go see if I can find something interesting. I'll be right back. I'm not going to pee. The airplanes are on the other side of this wall. I got to go around the wall. Let me go look for something. Okay. I got this one for a very good reason. Alright, so you guys remember the joke. You know, buy 3 and get free shipping. This is the plane I bought 3 of to get the free shipping. This is where that whole joke started, okay? This is the, oh crap. What the hell's the name of this damn thing? Lancaster, thank you. Yeah, Eric. This guy was having a brain. I was having a senior moment for a minute there. Yeah, the Lancaster. This is the plane I bought 3 of. To get the free shipping, and I sold the 2. So I actually got this plane for free. I made $1. I made $1 and got this one for free. And it's a nice little airplane. It really is. It flies really good. It flies on a 2200 3S, and the flight times are fantastic. The bomb bay is the battery bay, and it's kind of stuck. I don't know what's going on here. Stuck. The doors are held closed with magnets. I don't know why it won't open. Too cold, I guess. Weird. Yeah, I can't get it open. I don't know what happened. But yeah, cool airplane. Oh, here, no, that's just the hinge. Thought I had something sticking out the side, but no, that's the hinge. Yeah, so anyway, cool airplane. And they just upgraded this thing. I think they still sell it, and they upgraded it, and now you can get landing gear for it. It didn't. When I bought this, man, I don't know. I bought this like 6 years ago. Yeah, back then they didn't offer landing gear for it, but they do now. The new version, you can buy it this way, or you can buy the upgraded kit, and it comes with landing gear. And yeah, it's a cool little airplane. I really like it. It's a little dusty. It's sitting out in the garage there, but yeah. So this is the buy 3 and get free shipping. That's where this whole joke came from. This is the plane I bought. And it's got dual rudders, dual elevators, ailerons, no flaps, doesn't need them. Flies great. It's a great flyer. It really is. It's a really nice airplane. Yeah, I think I'm pretty sure Hobby King's still selling it. Like I said, they upgraded it not too long ago, so I think they still sell it. The new version, it looks exactly like this. I don't think they changed any of the dimensions or anything, but they did a few things to make it even better. I'm not sure exactly what, but and then, like I said, they offer it with landing gear now. So, but yeah, it's a cool airplane. Never once have I been unhappy I bought this airplane. I really like it. It's just a cool airplane. I think I can move this just enough to get the plane maybe turned a little more. Oh, is that right, Jeff? So they're not selling the plane anymore, but they do have the optional landing gear. Oh, that's cool. Do they still show the plane just out of stock, or do they actually have it marked discontinued? Yeah, the 4 ESCs has never been a problem. Yeah, the plane. I've got a lot of flights on this airplane, and it's never been a problem. The motors are. I was really impressed at how thin these motor shafts were and how straight they were. I only had one shaft that had a wobble in it, and I had to put it in my lathe to fix it. But the other three were perfect. They were absolutely dead on perfect. And yeah, they never had a problem with these ESCs. You know, they're all wide together, and you know, it's just one battery, one 2200 3S, and it'll fly for 8 minutes easy. You know, it's a really good flying airplane. You and the ESCs don't get along? Well, why is that, Juno? Do you not talk nice to him, or what? What's the problem? Why do you and the ESCs not get along? You don't know? Do you have a particular airplane that was giving you a hard time, or do you have this issue with more than one airplane? Servos have done you wrong? I've had, you know, I can't say I've had any particular one kind of item I've ever been a problem. It's usually the plane I buy, the brand name. The old Hobby King, before they finally got their act together, they had a lot of problem with their servos, stripping gears. They would strip gears. If you looked at it cross-eyed, they'd strip gears. They were really using some crap back then, but they've definitely done away with that. The stuff they're putting out now is pretty nice. But yeah, I had a lot of problem with servos back in the day with Hobby King. Now I have that same problem with Motion RC servos. The stuff that Motion's selling, you know, come with garbage servos. So, well, yeah, Philip, it's it's the difference between plastic and nylon gear servos. And you're right, the plastic gear ones, which is what Hobby King used to sell, you know, they would strip almost instantly. I mean, if that servo bound up at all, it would immediately just snap the gear, break all the gears, strip them, you know. But nylon gear servos are much tougher. But metal gear servos are the best, and I do like those the best. You know, when I buy, you know, I'll buy 20 servos at a time on eBay, and I always buy the metal gear servos because the weight difference is negligible. So. Right. And it's not, usually it's not even a few bucks more. It's usually like, I don't know, 70 cents, maybe $1. You know, you know, at least the ones I buy. Yeah, it's that we're worth the extra money for the Metal Gear servos. You know, so I totally agree there. You know, I don't buy, I used to buy like 10 of each, and I'd say, you know, this is just stupid. Because I ended up practically never using the plastic gear ones anyway. I would always use the metal ones until I didn't have any more. So I just stopped buying the plastic ones altogether. I just get Metal Gear when I buy them now. Temu Metal Gear? Listen, I've bought some stuff from Temu, and I'm not going to say it's all junk, because it's not. I mean, I bought like 7 flashlights, and they're just freaking awesome. All 7 of them. They just were, they're all rechargeable. They were super cheap. They're all rechargeable. They're all still working perfectly, and I bought them probably 3 or 4 years ago, and they're still all working perfectly. And I purposely bought all different ones, different brands, to compare them. I wanted to see if one was better than the other, and they're not. They're all perfect. They all work perfect. You know, so I'm super happy with that. You know, I've bought some stuff from Temu that wasn't so great, but yeah, you just gotta kind of weed through it. You know, pick and choose. You know, try to make an educated decision, but yeah. So, yeah, see, that's, you know, I never had I haven't changed the servos in my pits. I've never had a problem with the servos in my pit. You know, everybody, you know, a bunch of people complained about the elevator servos, and I've never had a problem with mine. You used them all? 100 servos? Holy shit, Michael. Wow. That's a lot of flight test airplanes. Holy shit. Seatbelts for your car? I don't think I'd buy Temu seatbelts for my car. Yeah, that doesn't sound like a wise choice. Okay, what's hitting here? What am I? Is it just hitting the belly? Oh, and it's hitting in the cell. That's what's going on. Yeah, I forget. Mine were called something Power. The ones I buy, they're purple, and the decal on them's purple. It's a black, see-through black servo with a decal on it that's purple. It's something power. I forget. I can't remember the name of them. But yeah, I've had great luck with those servos. Wow, Philip, that's crazy. Yeah, I don't think I've ever heard that one before. You had the Turbo Timber Evo burnt all 4 servos at the same time. Wow. Yeah, you definitely had an electrical short of some kind. Mike, I don't remember. I'm trying to think if I could go put my hands on one. I'm trying to remember where they might be. I think they're in that desk. Let me look. Yeah, I moved from the other building where I used to do the show over here, and I moved a bunch of stuff over here, and then, you know, I used to do it in the tent in here. You guys remember the tent days? And then I got rid of the tent, started building the building, you know, the man cave thing, and moved everything around. So I can't keep track where the hell everything is, but I think those servos are in the old desk. This is the new desk. So that's the old desk, that's the new desk, and then this is the new motorized desk, the new table desk, motorized tabletop desk. So I have 3 desks in a row. Desk, desk, desk. There's no drawers in this desk, but there's drawers in these 2. So let me see if I can get over here and get those drawers. Whoop. Oh, it's just styrofoam. That's all right. Okay. Wait, I don't know if I can get over here. Hang on a minute. What is this thing? Alright, how about... Alright, what do we got over here? A couple of bad batteries. Okay, there's one of the... There's a couple of the plastic gear servos. Hang on a minute. I don't know what that stuff is. Here's another plastic gear servo. Couple more plastic gear servos. Over there for a minute. Box of screws I've been looking for. Put those over there. Pile of brand new receivers. What do we got in here? Wow. All kinds of tools I've been looking for. It's been a while since I've been on this desk, I gotta tell you. Man, I'm finding all kinds of shit I've been looking for. Holy crap. What's that? No, those are earplugs. Look in this drawer here. Wow. Okay. There's batteries, flashlight. Wow. Wow, this is a treasure hunt over here. I'm finding all kinds of cool stuff. Totally forgot I had this stuff. Alright, let's go back over here. Let's look over here. Uh-oh, that didn't sound good. What was that? Empty pinky. Okay. Back here. Alright, well, let's look at another one. Found all my plastic gear servos, I can't find the metal gear ones. Where the hell are the metal ones at? Huh. There's that damn thumb drive I'm looking for. There's one of my battery checkers. Screwdriver. Wow. I need to do some cleaning out here, that's for sure. Alright, so here's what I got. Let's show you what I got here. Alright, so I had bought a bunch of these at one time. I guess I bumped the camera. I think. That doesn't look right. Yeah, I bumped the camera. Alright, hang on a minute. Let me fix the camera. I gotta do it this way. Hang on a minute. Okay. I don't know what the hell hit that, but boy, I really screwed that up. Oh, I know what happened. Oh, well, that wasn't too smart, was it, dumbass? That's exactly what happened. I found 3 pairs of pliers over here that I'm looking for. And I set the wire, the pliers right on the camera wire, which kind of ruined my... Come on, come on. Almost, hang on. Nope. I think that's pretty good right there. What am I... So the spool... hang on. Let me do this some more. Almost. Nope, not quite. Hang on. Alright, that's pretty good. I think that'll work. Alright. Let me get back over here. Alright. Let me get back in here. Okay. Alright, what did I miss? You guys leaving? Yeah, I've lost servos. Thank God I've never lost an elevator servo in flight, but I've lost a rudder. I've lost an aileron. Lost a flap. But never an elevator. Never had an elevator servo quit. So that, thank God. Knock on wood. Alright, so here's... I got a bunch of stuff here. So these are servos I used to get. Let me see what the name of these are. And these were like $2. 2 and change, $2.39 or something. So I've got like 10 of them right here. Just found on the desk. Let me open this up. Nice. So the Ziploc bag won't open. So we just tear the bag open. Good enough. Alright, what do these say on them? They say, 9-gram SG90. Yeah. So it's a clear blue plastic case. I'll bring it close to the camera. So I used to buy a lot of these. Alright, 9-gram. And then the sister servo to this was a purple label on it. It was a black, the servo was see-through black plastic with a purple label on it. And it said something power. And they look exactly like these, except they were black and had a purple label, but they had metal gears in them. These are the plastic gear ones, and these are pretty good. I've never had any of these fail, so I think these are nylon gear, not plastic. They've been good servos, but like you guys said, for the price difference, I just started buying the metal gear ones, and it comes with 3 different control horns and some screws, you know, for the servo, to mount the servo, and then a machine screw for the servo arm. So the servo arm has a machine screw in it, because I think it's got a brass insert in it, or maybe not. Let me look here. I know the Metal Gear one does. No, this has got it's a plastic arm, or plastic shaft, and it's got a regular sheet metal screw type screw. So, but yeah, that's I used to buy these by the bunch load. But I honestly, other than the plane I bought from Motion RC, was one of the last things I bought from Motion that had 2 servos fail. I haven't had to change the servo on anything I bought. Everything, the servos are good and everything. I haven't had a problem. So I really haven't used these. Although I'm gonna need this one for that Motion plane. But other than that, yeah, it hasn't been a problem. Now here's something. You guys ever need hardwood? I got this at Walmart. This bag of wood dowels, and they're square and round dowels. Okay, you get it in the hobby section. Assorted wooden dowels, and this is all hardwood. I don't know how many are in here, but there's a shitload. All right, I mean a shitload, maybe 100, all different sizes. I'm going to show you here. Okay, you got square, you got round, all different sizes. Okay, and they're all, you know, what is that, a foot long? I guess that's a foot. So if you ever need hardwood for anything, this is a damn good buy at Walmart. I swear this bag was like $5. I got like 6 or 8 bags in the drawer over there. So really good buy. So if you're ever needing anything like that, yeah, go check out Walmart in the their craft section, and you can, and they have all different assortments. The dolls would have been what I buy mostly, but this is all hardwood. This isn't balsa. This is hardwood. So you want to make, the square dowels is what I made, this thing here. Okay. This is what I made my landing gear in my my LX model A10, so that I could mount the FMS gear in it. I glued this wood and stacked it inside the airplane, and I glued it to the foam floor, which is, you know, plane's upside down, the floor and the wall on both sides, and then if I had to spread it out too deep or whatever, you know, using different sizes to get the landing gear in the plane where I wanted it, and I screwed the landing gear into hardwood. That was, you know, I used the whole bay. You know, I didn't only make it the size of the gear, I made it all the way down the fuselage as far as I could go before I hit a bulkhead. And it worked out perfect. That landing gear is not coming out of that airplane. It's you know, had some hard landings with it and everything, and it's fine. No damage whatsoever. It works great. So, hey, that new tire's done. We can take a look at that. So, but those are the servos I was buying for a while on eBay. I wasn't buying them from Horizon or any place. And you could probably still get them on eBay. Just look up 9-gram servos. And then there was something called something Power. It used to be the name of it. The Metal Gear ones. And you know, never had any problem with these servos. They always work good. All right, let's take a look at this this new tire. See if it's the right size. Yeah, they got up to 25 degrees Celsius in the cabin. So that's good. That's a good temperature. Yeah, the plate's warm, but it's going to cool off really fast. Wow, that wheel looks good. Wow, that thing is pretty fantastic. Okay, came right off. Came right off. That was nice. Alright. Okay, let's put that back in the printer. Okay. Let's see if I can weed this out here. Boy, that really does a nice job. Man, that's a good looking wheel. Now, I think that's the right size, too. Let's take a look here. Yeah, that looks pretty close. Let's see if it fits in here. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's going to look good in there. There we go. Boy, that even cleans up fast. Holy crap. That's beautiful. Just beautiful. Alright, how does that look? Does it look alright? Yeah, I think that's the right size. That looks good in there. Alright guys, let's see what you think. Let me alright. Got one little string in here. What the hell's going on there? How can I see that? Alright, there we go. Alright. Alright, so you guys tell me, wait, you think that's a good size? How's this look? How about that? That looks like the right size, don't it? It's in there pretty filling up that real well. Pretty. It might be drooping a little bit because the hole's a little. Yeah, just a little bit. But yeah, I think that worked out pretty good. I like that one. Yeah, let's print 3 more of those and we'll be a winner. Winner chicken dinner, I think. I like that a lot. I want to swap out a couple of servos so I can match the elevators in sync. That should be it. Some minor issues with the retracts, slight leaks in the air system. Not a big. Craig, what airplane are we talking about? What are you working on? Yeah, I was kind of thinking this was going to be a big project to resize this wheel, but I think just a piece of tape around the axle here is going to do the trick. That'll tighten it right up in there. I think. Oh, a Byron AT6. Wow, that's an old kit. How long have you had that thing? Ugh. Well, Mike's got something he wants to show me. Let me open this up. Let's take a look here. Yeah, that's exactly it. Yep, that's the one. $4. Yeah, that's still pretty cheap. But yeah, that's the servo. That's Metal Gear. Um, it used to say something power on the side of it, like I don't know, Mega Power or something. I don't know, but yeah, that's the servo. Those are the ones I. No, that's the Metal Gear version of the Plastic Gear ones I got right here. So yeah, that's it, Mike. They're good servos. I never had any problem with them. I've had bought a lot of those. I used to buy them in batches of 20 when I was building a lot of flight test stuff, just like Michael Bear. They're good servos to put in a flight test. Anytime I had a servo fail in anything, I would put these servos in it. I think there's one of those servos in the Lancaster here. I think it was. I don't think it was the elevator servo that was bad. I think the push rods were dragging, so it couldn't find. It would never find center again because there was always a drag on the servo, so it never really got it back to where it was. And I finally figured it out, and I had to rotate the tube that the steel rod was pushing through, and I finally got it loosened up. Yeah. So anyway, yeah, those were the servos I did. So yeah, you found them. Those are exactly it. And even $4 for Metal Gear servo. I mean, come on, that's not bad. I think they were $2.89 or something back in last time I bought them. It's been a long time. God, it's been at least 10 years since I've bought any of these servos. Like I said, today I rarely have the only airplane I've ever bought in at least the last 5 years was a plane from Motion RC, and 2 servos failed in that plane in a matter of months. The first one was dead. Well, it wasn't dead. It was bad when I got the plane, and the elevator servo was crap. It was, and I had to send them a video of it showing them what it was doing. Then they sent me a replacement one, and then I don't know, a month later, the rudder servo went out, and of course it was out of warranty at that point, so they weren't going to do anything. And yeah, that's the only plane I've bought in the last 5-6 years at least that I've ever had a servo problem with. Oh yeah, Traxxas. Yeah, I don't know. I think I have one Traxxas vehicle. I think. I'm not sure. I think I have a Traxxas vehicle. I've got Red Cat, and I've got, of course, Arma and Low C. Those are the top brands. I'm trying to think of another cheap brand one I have. Yeah, I can't think of it right now. But yeah. Yeah, I hear you there, Craig. Byron made some awesome stuff back in the day. It was, I was carrying when I was racing my 8th scale gas car, um, I was buying Byron fuel for it. Their fuel was fantastic, and I heard they were making that fuel for years after they stopped doing airplanes. They kept. I don't think they're making anymore. I think they finally quit, but they used to keep making the fuel, and it was the best fuel ever. I mean the best. That was great fuel. I guess you're talking about the Traxxas stuff, Philip. Um, so I had my hobby shop going when Traxxas came into, when they put the company together, and my race team in the Tampa area was winning everything. We went everywhere we went. We won all the races around here, and Traxxas came in my hobby shop and wanted to know if we wanted to be sponsored by them, and I threw them out. Well, literally. I told him your shit is not race worthy. It's just plastic garbage, toy grade, and no, we wouldn't be the least bit interested in running your crap. And I told him to get out. That was probably a big mistake, looking back. Because they grew to be a pretty big company, and if we would have been in on the ground floor, any kind of getting paid to run their stuff, and we could have helped them improved it as we were racing it and telling them, hey, this is what you got to change here and there and whatever. And yeah, that was probably a big mistake that I have to live with, because we might have been getting paid to play with RC stuff like Wes is right now for motion. And what can I say? Yeah, I think so, Mike. I think I probably fucked up. Yeah, at least I'm a big enough man to admit it. Yeah, I definitely probably fucked up. Um, I can't say I have any regrets. I don't know. What could have happened, maybe. But, I didn't want to go to races and start losing because we're breaking shit. I just didn't want to go there. Um, we were already working on a shoestring as it was, but we were winning. And and then I don't know. I just I'd already seen some of Traxxas' stuff, and it was really, in the beginning, it was really garbage, and I just couldn't see us, you know, getting, even if they sent us all free shit. The key word is shit, and what were we gonna do with it? We're gonna go travel around the country, go to all the major races like I was doing. Our team was going all over. We've been to Texas and Kentucky, um, California. Um, Trying to remember all the places we went to national events, and yeah, I just if we'd showed up there with Traxxas shit, we'd probably been laughed out of the place. So. Well, in the beginning, it wasn't good quality. When they first put their stuff together, it was crap. It was pretty cheap shit, and maybe my ass beaten in my shop when they came in. Maybe that, queued them up, or at least they've gotten the opinion from one, voice, and then got the same opinion from a few others, and decided that they needed to step their game up if they really wanted to sell a competitive product. And I can't say today, cause I don't. If I own one Traxxas car, it's an old one, so I don't know. I couldn't really speak intelligently of the quality of Traxxas today. But I'm sure we would have had a positive effect on them producing a quality product had I taken them up on their offer to race their stuff. So, what are you gonna do? You live and learn, right? So I learned a valuable lesson there. I think if anybody ever offered me to fly their planes or do their cars or whatever, okay, I'll do it. I don't care if it's garbage. We'll make it better. As long as you guys are gonna take my input and make it better, then yeah, I'm in. So. Reintroduce the line. Did Traxxas go out of business or something? Yeah, with the Sky. What was it called? The Sky Princess or the Sky? No, it wasn't Princess. What was it? The Sky Prancer. Yeah. Yeah, we're gonna go to the Nats with our Sky Prancers. Yeah, we're gonna show them all up. You can be on my team, Mike. We'll go together. The Sky Prancer 3. Oh yeah, we've had 3 upgrades already. Oh my god. You guys are too funny. Alright, you know what guys? I'm cold. I'm going in. It's been fun. I don't know if you guys learned anything tonight or not. Had some fun with me with the we saw me make some 3D wheels, which I'm very impressed with. The tread alone on this wheel is really damn impressive. When you consider how it printed it, But, going back and forth in straight lines and print a round tire with detailed, tread on it like this is really impressive. At that quality, because it's dead nuts on. It's beautiful. So, yeah, anyway. All right, guys. Thanks for coming. I'll talk to you guys later. Maybe I'll get some paint on these cars for you, Mike. And we'll go from there. All right, guys. Have a great night. We'll talk to you later.